What's up everybody? Welcome back to Wrench at Home. It's always a pain to get light in the right places when you're working on your project. So today we're building a new flexible bench light. I got the idea from Adam Savage, widely known for hosting Mythbusters and Tested.com, who built a light like this years ago. I always loved the idea and today I'm finally building my own, but I'm changing a couple of small things. I'll place a link to Adam's original video in the description. I'm using this LED panel with variable brightness and color temperature that can be powered by camera batteries. These panels are becoming real cheap these days. This one was around 35 euros, which is around 43 US dollars. To give the whole contraption some strength, I'm reinforcing it with a 1/4 inch aluminum armature wire. For the main component of the flexible neck, I'm using Loc-Line hose. That's Loc-Line. Often used in aquariums. To mount the LED light to the hose, I'm modifying this Loc-Line flange part. And to mount the whole thing to a removable desk clamp, I'm using this Loc-Line base part. I'll put links to all the components I'm using in the description of this video. Let's start with mounting the LED light mount to the Loc-Line flange. I'm removing the bottom tightening clamp for now and estimate where I have to drill a hole in the flange for the mount to fit through. I'm using this step drill bit, which is ideal for thin plastic or sheet metal. After marking the hole, I'm slowly drilling through the plastic flange until the hole is wide enough. I then mark the part of the flange that I need with a Sharpie and cut off the excess part with our scroll saw. I also cut off the bottom part of the flange to make room for the light mount when it's screwed to it. After sanding the edges, I attach the light mount to what's left of the flange part, and part 1 of this build is done. The flexible joint on the mount itself is still working as well. Here is a rough mock-up of what the eventual light will look like. Now it's time to prepare the desk clamp for attaching to the Loc-Line hose. First, I'll remove the clamping mechanism so I can countersink one of the holes with a drill. The mechanism is held together with a small C-clip, which can be a bit finicky to remove. Be aware that you don't lose it, as I almost did. After a bit of searching, I found a nice countersunk bolt, a washer, a spring washer, and a nut to go with it. These were all bits I had laying around. Your results may vary. then took a metal drill bit that was around the same size as the bolt and drilled out the hole in the soft aluminium desk mount. Now the bolt sits nice and flush. Nobody will ever see it, but I use a Sharpie to black out the exposed aluminium. My mind likes it. Now I mount the Loc-Line base part to the desk clamp and ask my girlfriend, who has smaller hands than me, to place the nut around the bolt. After tightening the nut with a small ratchet wrench and modifying the rubber pad to fit, it's time to reinstall the clamping mechanism. Part 2, check. Now for the grand finale, attaching all the components to the Loc-Line hose. I straighten out this aluminium armature wire for some inner strength. For extra support at the base of the hose, I fold part of the wire in half so I can double the rigidity. This stuff is pretty sturdy by itself, but it's not strong enough to support the LED light, especially with a battery attached to it. You could power the light with a power adapter plugged in a wall outlet, but I'm opting for portability, so I can mount the light everywhere I want. I then attach the light mount and the LED panel itself to the Loc-Line hose. Yeah, that's not quite strong enough. To add more strength, I straightened out the remaining part of armature wire and folded the part in half once again. I pulled out the wire that was already inside the Loc-Line hose and combined the two with electrical tape so I could slide them in all at once. Now this looks a lot stronger, but the panel has no battery attached to it at the moment. After placing the battery inside the panel, it turned out that the hose still wasn't sturdy enough. I later switched to smaller batteries, which were half the weight of the big ones I was using here. That was a big improvement. After mounting the light to my workbench, I noticed the hose popped off the Loc-Line base part real easy. It was also twisting in itself, causing the whole LED light to tip over. Time to do something about that. I use contact cement to glue in the Loc-Line base part inside of the hose.
A few moments later.
That's much better. It's still trying to tip over when the light is not balanced properly, because the components of the Loc-Line hose also twist around in each other. I could get around this issue by placing the desk mount upright and eliminating the sharp bend at the bottom, but the desk clamp I used isn't big enough to fit around my bench top. I could also shorten the Loc-Line hose a bit. It's 1.5 meters long at the moment, but for now I'm just going to use the light when I work on projects and put it to the test. I can always change things later. Here you can see the light controls on the LED panel, with which you can change the brightness and color temperature. That's it for now, thanks for watching. If you liked today's video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see future updates on my truck and other projects. Take care everybody, bye!